Good morning. Hello, hello. Friday morning. I'm here a couple minutes early. I'm just gonna hang out with you until 7:30. So if you have a coffee, you can sit with me and drink some coffee, or you can kind of get your space set up, whatever works for you. I'll just kind of give you a lowdown on what we're going to be doing today as people start to kind of join. We're going to be doing about a 25 minutes similar to last week, that nice slow build, working on nice controlled movements. So my mind has been completely blank. Yeah, nice slow controlled movements. It's going to build that slow heat. So what we're really thinking about is creating that mind to muscle connection. And one neat thing about with mind to muscle connection is, so if you ever think of that, if you ever get to the point where you feel like exercises are, what you're doing doesn't feel challenging enough, or you're wondering, maybe looking around why it's more challenging for other people than it is for you. Dead bugs is a really great example because a lot of people find dead bugs not challenging. But what you need to do when you create that mind to muscle connection is you need to connect to that deepest layers of your midsection, so that your trunk, or your core. So you want to connect to them. You want to really try and really focus on those deepest muscles and mentally think about all of those little movements you're doing, slowing it down, and you will find that things start to feel more challenging. You'll shake more. If you start to connect to your trunk and your midsection when you're doing things that are not core moves, you will start to find yourself feeling stronger in that area as well. So it's kind of, you need a strong core trunk area for all aspects of your life. It's awesome. It's important. I'm going to quickly grab my watch actually, because I can't see the time on this and I want to make sure that I'm actually on it. So just give me 1 second. Don't know where my watch is, but I'll grab my husband's. It's all the same. Okay. So we got about a minute and then we'll get started. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that we are doing, that we do. I'll answer if you just have any questions in general. It's already really hot and stuffy in this room. Yeah. So, welcome to all you new joiners. Because it is kind of a shorter bit, I still will be following a similar pattern that we do at Movement 108, which is our opening, our activation, our exertion, and then our reopening. So you'll kind of notice that there are little sections, and that's intentional. So that is meant to kind of give you guys a little taster of how we like to do things at Movement 108. And then again, this is just, if you like this style, I do one of these on our Movement 108 online platform every week, along with another body weight. But there is one that is nice and slow and intentional like this one. But yeah, okay. I think it's time. We're going to get started with who's here. Oh, Pickles and Mustard, you're back again for round 2. Welcome. Okay. Ooh, and Derek's here. Beautiful. This is great. And Andrea. Okay, we got a good crew. We're going to get started. So we're just going to do a few things to kind of wake up our body, and then we'll start to get into it. So come on onto your bum. We're going to get into 90-90s. So we're going to have our feet out in front of us. Our hands are going to be behind our back. And we're just going to start to wake our hips up. We're just going to wash our feet from side to side. And then every time you do it, just start to think about letting that back hip drop and drive forwards. Hello, Derek. And then as that starts to get a bit more comfortable, you can start to take your hands off the floor if it feels okay, and then really start to think about that back hip even more. Keeping that chest nice and upright. You might notice you're starting to migrate towards or forwards as you do this. I often end up off my mat from where I started. And then we're going to add even more movement onto it. As you drop your hips, or your knees, you're going to gently fold over that front knee as much as feels comfortable. Come all the way up. Drop, fold. Just taking your time. And then depending on your space between your knee and your heel, you're gonna notice you might hit a different area. So if it's closer, you might feel a bit more in your hip, different part of your leg. I like mine farther apart. I find it really gets all down the back of my leg into my glutes as well as my hip. And then also in that front leg. So kind of play around with it. From here, we're just gonna come onto your feet. So just come to kneeling. Stand nice or sit nice and tall. Reach both hands in front of you. We're just gonna get into some nice T-spine. Start with that right hand, look at your thumb. We're gonna trace a bow and arrow and opening ourselves up, gazes at the thumb, and then let that hand return back to position and then go through the left side. Big inhale, opening up. Your body will always go will try to go where your gaze goes. So try and get your hand to follow. Oh my goodness, it is so hot in this room already. Whew. Big inhale to reach. Big exhale to come back. Let's do one more on each side. And then lastly, we're just going to do 3 pike arches just to get our shoulders and our spine woken up. Okay? So pike arches, down dog, that nice little movement. Come into the hands down, feet, hips nice and high. And you can take a few seconds to pedal out if you'd like. And then just come back to center. Come forward into that high plank. Drop your hips and your chest through your hands. So if you'd like, you can do those classic pike arches. Or if you want to turn it a bit more into a spinal wave, you can create that wave with your back body, lifting with the end of your toes, rolling one vertebra at a time, and then lastly letting your hips and chest drop. And then coming back the same way, chin drops, chest lifts, hips lift, nice and high on your tippy toes, and then coming now with a nice deep bend, nice long spine. Let's do that one more time of whichever variation resonates for you. All right. So, because I was talking about a dead bug at the beginning, we're going to do dead bugs. And I want you to try and make these as challenging as you can, which means connect deep. When I give you little cues to connect, really think about them and see how it changes the sensation of this motion. So we're going to come onto our back, feet are going to be flat. I want you to connect the back of your ribs with the mat and then gently tilt your pelvis. You're going to knit your ribs towards one another. And then one leg at a time, come into tabletop. So for me, when I think about this connection, I think about drawing my hips and my ribs together, knitting. I already start to feel things waking up. I could hang out here, and this would be a challenge for me, okay? I'm really thinking about my deepest muscles. Now keep that connection as you drop opposite hand and opposite leg. Exhale, seal it back to the midline. So at no point, I need to move my foot, my body. At no point, opposite hand, opposite leg. At no point is your back coming and kind of changing shape. Your pelvis is not moving. We're going to do 10 aside. And the construction workers have started up beside me, so they're going to get the same thing that you guys are seeing right now. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Slow control up. I've got 2 more. Last one, and then we're going to get into some butterfly glute bridges. So with butterfly glute bridges, we're going to stay on our back. We're going to bring our feet and heels together, but we're going to lift our heels off the floor, okay? We're going to think about opening our knees away from each other, okay? But our heels are still lifted. Plant your hands. Adjust yourself so that you're going to come to position. We're going to drive our hips all the way up. Legs are staying nice and wide. And then pull yourself down. You might not touch all the way back down. That's okay. And then drive all the way up. Really push into the balls of your feet. Again, the inner blades of your feet are connected through this. We're going to do 10. And if you can think about that nice contraction on the exhale as you drive all the way up. And then a nice release on the way down. 2 more, and then we're going to stay at the top of this 10th one. Okay, at the top of your 10th, make sure that you're in a comfortable position where your ribs aren't flaring. We're going to draw our knees together for a count of 3, 2, 1. Imagine you're squeezing your knees together, and then open them all the way back out. Hips aren't moving. In for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze. Out. In for 3, 2, 1. Out. 3, 2, 1. Out. In for 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more for just for fun. All the way in for 3, 2. Make sure you're going slow. 1. Squeezing your knees together, and then gently drop all the way back down. Flip ourselves around. Come on to hands and knees. We're going to get into some lateral bird dogs. So if you guys joined in last week, you kind of heard my little spiel about bird dogs and making sure you have that nice connection. We want to think about our ribs and our hips connecting. Think about that dead bug flipping onto your hands and knees now. We're going to take that left hand out in a cactus on our left hand side, and we're going to take that right leg. We're going to flex that foot, and we're going to extend it all the way out to the side. As you exhale, you're going to squeeze. Imagine that you're trying to squeeze something in your midline, and then inhale, open all the way up. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeezing. Think about as you exhale, you're knitting those ribs together. Let's do one more on this side. And then switch sides. So, cactus at right, take that left foot, make sure you're flexing through it, opening up. Exhale, seal that midline. We're doing 5. So this is my 4th. Last one. Okay, so we're getting into that main bit. Let me know if you have any questions about anything we just did. Hopefully that little focus on that deeper build made some of those moves that you might have done many, many times over a bit more challenging. We're gonna start on our back. Okay, so come onto your back. Your toes are going to be pointed at mat width apart. We're going to connect our hands, or interlace our hands behind our head. Thumbs are going to be going down our neck. I want you to gently draw your elbows up so that they're in your range of sight. We're going to draw our ribs down toward our hip, and we're pointing those toes so our whole lower body is firing up. We're going to think about lifting our shoulder blades off the floor, looking down towards your belly button, and then inhaling to gently come all the way back down. So we're not pulling on our neck, it's from our midsection, from our shoulders. We have 10. So I encourage you to kind of stay at the same pace that I'm at. Every time you lift up, draw your ribs down towards your hips, knit them together. This is 7. 8. 9. Last one, we're going to stay up at the top. 10. We're going to do 10 little pulses, looking down at your belly button for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take that left toe off the ground, or foot, and we're going to do 10 little pulses up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Try not to pull on your neck for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One last thing here. Let your head drop for a second. On your next exhale, we're going to pull our shoulder blades off the floor. Bring our left knee into tabletop. We're not connecting them, but we're just, again, pulling those ribs down towards your hips. Inhale, lower everything back down. Big exhale, opposite leg. Alternating sides for 10. Again, try not to pull on your neck. 5. This is 8. Last one. Nope, yeah, this is the last one. And then gently come on down. All right, let's get to some lower body. All right. So, make sure I face the right way so I don't turn and face the wall. We're gonna come to the front of our mat. I want you to bring your hands, again, interlace them behind your head, and then draw them forward a little bit. It's gonna connect so that your ribs don't flare out. We wanna kind of keep them drawn in. Bring that right knee in. We're gonna step it back, drop down into a step back, nice and controlled, come all the way up, shift ourselves forwards, drop down into a plie, come all the way up, shift back, stand all the way up, draw that knee back up to your midsection. Step back, drop, up, turn, drop, up, turn, stand. Okay, let's do 3 more. Trying to find that depth. Getting nice and low in that plie. Your knees are tracking over your toes. 1 more. Switch sides. All right, come to the other side of your mat. Make sure you can still see me. Left drop knee draws in. Stepping back. Plie. Rotating back. Whoop. Driving up for 5. So what I was mentioning at the beginning is think about that trunk and core strength. Even in motions that wouldn't be classified as like straight up trunk strengthening moves. You need it to be on to support you. So focus on it. My legs are burning. Last one. All right. What are we doing? Come on down to high plank. All right. We're going to take that right knee in. Step, step, out, out. Opposite. Out, out. We have 10. While you're doing this, imagine you have a precious liquid. So what is that precious liquid to you right now with what's going on? You don't want to spill it. We're doing 10. One more. All right. The last thing, keeping up with this slow, intentional move train, to make sure we get a little bit more into your back, your chest, your upper body. We're gonna do eccentric push-ups, just 5, but go at my pace. So, either on your knees or on your toes. We're gonna lower ourselves flat to the ground for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way back up. Draw your shoulders back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. I know these suck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Okay, we've got time for one more round. So, again, I know this isn't as flashy as the HIIT stuff that you see everywhere on social right now, but it's just as good. Trust me. All right, laying on your back. We're gonna get into those nice little chest lift. Interlace your fingers, thumbs down your neck, draw your elbows in. Connect your ribs, lift your chest up. We have 10. I'm exhaling as I draw up, inhaling as I lower. 8, 9, we're going to pulse for 10, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stay up, left leg up, down for 10. Keep looking at your belly button, keep drawing your ribs down to your hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Move into your right foot. Try and stay up if you can. 1, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. We're going to bring them into those knees. Exhale. Draw your shoulder blades off. Draw the knee up. Return back. 10. This is 7, 8, 9. Last one, and then we're going back up into standing. Whew. All right. Interlace your hands. That's the trend. Knee towards your chest, stepping back, dropping, rotating, dropping into that plie, rotating back, stepping up. Try and control each lower. We've got 5 on each side. Last one. Switch sides. Whoop. Balance is a little challenged. It is morning. Hopefully you guys are still sticking with me right now. We're almost through it. We have 2 things after this. So we would be in what at Movement 108 we call our exertion. Whoop. Last one. All right, high plank. For those nice little step outs. Okay, so you can start in with your hands underneath your shoulders if that feels better. Sorry, knees underneath your hips. That's what I meant. Pop your knees out. Draw them back in. We have 10. So these are a little bit more controlled. They're not too fast. We want to think so much about our hips and our pelvis right now. Things are staying stable and controlled. Last one. Woo. Straight into those push-ups. Hang out with me. We're gonna lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Whew. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bah. Eccentric push-ups are never easy. All right. Whew. Come on onto your bum. Just plant our right hand down on the mat. Take that left hand, think about rooting down through that left side. Your left bum cheek is on the floor. Look up, reach over. And then switch sides. Rooting that right side down. 1 second. They're starting up next door. We have a building getting built. Almost done. So close. One more time on either side. Anybody else got construction happening around them right now? You hear it a lot more when you're home. Switch sides. One more. And then we're just going to start where we end where we started, 90-90s, feet in front of us. We're going to drop our knees from side to side just a few times. Come in. My husband, dog, and daughter went out for a walk and they're waving to me from outside the window. Okay, we're going to hang it on that left-hand side. We're going to take a big inhale, fold ourselves over that left side now. Letting yourself come down as low as feels comfortable. And then maybe gradually making your way towards your knee, coming onto your forearms if that feels okay. And then if you want some rotation, come back up onto your hands, go to your farthest point, and then pull yourself back down onto your forearms and reach your right hand towards the wall behind you. This can get pretty intense, so if this is not for you, that's totally cool. And then plant that hand, walk yourself back to center, and let your knees drop to their side. Whew. Fold yourself over your shin. So, for me, that little snippet was challenging. I'm like hot, I'm a little shaky. Come onto your knees, or your forearms. Hopefully, taking that time to really focus inward in yourself. I hope it was a little bit of a challenge for you in a way that maybe it hasn't been before, or maybe not. Maybe you've already got that mind to muscle connection dialed, and this is just you, but there we go. Yeah, so little taster. You can get longer bits on our Movement 108 online profile. I'm Lauren. I'm going to be sticking around for a little bit after, right now, and chatting. If anyone has any questions, let me know your thoughts on that. Think about whether you're doing those quick hit moves or your strength training. Think about mind to muscle. It literally translates to absolutely everything you do, and it will make a world of a difference. It really does. It's super important. The whole gang's here. Yeah. Anybody got any questions? Thanks for coming. For everyone that's still here, hey Shani. Oh, my mom joined in at one point. Whether she's still here, I'm not sure. It's Steve, Amber. Awesome. Anybody have any questions? You guys are all hanging out. No problem. Pickles Mustard. Still my favorite name. Okay. And just to let you all know, we will be switching as well to Mind Body online video platform starting on June 8th. So you'll still be able to catch these. It'll just be slightly different. We're not going anywhere, but just, a little bit of a difference in feeling. But we're still here offering all this stuff to you.
Mom, yeah, that's your game.
But I know Erin gave a little heads up earlier this week, and there'll be more information coming out from our studio platform about it all in the coming days. I know. UBC TSC, thumbs up. Kramer, thumbs up. I like it. Nobody's got questions for me. Cool. Go get yourself a coffee or a tea. I made mine as soon as I woke up so that I'd be good to go. And it's not raining. I see a little bit of blue sky out there, so here we go. I even got a thumbs up from my mom.
My sock is wet. My sock is wet.
Your sock's wet? Oh.
My two socks is wet.
Let's take them off then. Yeah. Cool. Some of you guys are still hanging around. Let me know. Yeah, if you have any other questions as well, feel free to direct message me.
Yeah, up here.
My name's Lauren
I
Gianelli.
really
It's my
write
handle.
it
So if you have any
down.
questions about anything we did, you feel free to send me a direct message.
Nice.
Ooh, I'm dripping sweat. Yeah. It's Friday. Go and enjoy it. Have a great weekend. And I really appreciate all of you that stuck around and hung out with me this whole time. So have a good day. I'm going to sign off since everyone seems to be doing the same. Bye.